All right, this is me brushing my horse. What's up here? I had already caught him. Yeah, we're just getting everything with the saddle touches here. I like to get in front by his shoulders too. I'm just going to show you one side, but I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Curry comb, brush, make sure to get down by the cinches. Next, we're going to throw the saddle on. So left side, saddle pad goes on. I like to throw it up a little bit above where it should be. I was taught to slide it back and push the hairs back, laying nice and flat, so nothing rubs. I'm going over now. I'm going to drop my cinches. When I drop those, I always check to see where my rings are laying, right in the middle. I ride this guy every day, so nothing should change, but I check every time. This guy's pretty cool. Like I said, his name's What's Up. He's an alright horse. We just picked him up this spring. One of the hottest horses I've ever ridden, and he's 18 or 20, somewhere in there, old man. So we've been trying to ride that out of him all summer. You'll see later in the video kind of what I'm dealing with here once we get in the arena. But I throw a T-tie in mine. I've always pinned guests or pinned and T-tied. I always find it fits a little better when you T-tie it. Back cinch always goes snug for me. It'll usually drop a little bit once we start riding. And then I got that breast collar. I really like that pulling collar style versus just an actual breast collar. I ride my cinch a little loose, but it is making contact down there on his belly. I am going to take my halter off for this ride. When I ride with guests or when I'm out riding trail, I will keep it on, but when I go into the arena, I like to pull it off. All right, we're going to put this bit in his mouth. I use my fingers there to go back between his teeth and just kind of ask him to open his mouth. He does a really good job about it. Pull that in, and I was always taught to ride with either no wrinkles or one wrinkle. So that bit sits in there nice. He carries it real well. I'm using an Argentine snaffle, but it's got the mylar joint in the middle, which I really enjoy. Getting on here, I like to get on from the shoulder, nice and easy. Now we're going to go for a little walk here, walking this guy around. He's going to get pretty hot here in a minute, but first thing in the arena, he's usually pretty cool. I do use this guy to rope, and there's a video at the end showing me going out and doing that just for fun. He is a ranch horse. He's not my horse. We're going to go into a trot here. Now this is where he starts to get pretty hot. He wants to kick it up into a lope, and very soon after that a gallop right off the bat. So I am kind of holding contact. I'll drop it here and there. Like when he starts trotting good, I'll make sure I drop it and give him his head, and then he'll pick it back up again, and I'll try to slow him down. So we just do some circles here. These circles are a little bit bigger than I'd like, and you can see he's kind of just in between, wanting to go fast and wanting to slow down. And that's always been how it is with him in a trot. He doesn't like to hold those very much, but he's an old man. What are you going to do? But anyway, here we come coming in. I like to sit down and kick my feet forward. That was something I learned training cow horses out in Cody. He does lope real nice. At this point, though, we have been loping in circles for a little bit. He was galloping in circles, and we just need to calm him down. It's one of the only horses I've met that just doesn't learn anything, and I think a lot of that's because of his age. He's been around for a while, just kind of getting to do what he wants to do. I'm going to back him up here, let him know this is where I asked you to stop. That's where I want you to stop. And then here's the roping video. This is just fun. This guy was actually pretty cool with this. I taught him how to do this, and the only issue he had is he really sucked at stopping. I just didn't want to be ripping on his face all the time, but we had fun. And there it is. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.